Hi my friend and welcome to the channel. Today, as you can see, I am actually not alone in my little cave here because I have Dennis, the ordinary board gamer, but also Rob from Eely River Games with me today. And we're gonna talk a little bit about Hero, about the journey of Hero, about the game itself, and just to talk a little bit about Rob as well. So follow on. So Rob, you are the designer of the game.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
All right. Hero is our first board game. With ours, I mean, my brother and I, we just try to get some board games on the table. And I work as a surgeon in real life, so it just came naturally there that the game would be thematically set in a hospital as well. And as you can see on the cover, for example, the game itself takes place in a crowded emergency room where each player will take the role of a young doctor and trying to get through the night shift without causing too much chaos, because you want to save the patients and not burn down the hospital. And
hopefully not. No, that would be
yeah,
bad.
I'm looking in your direction.
Yeah, I know.
Why
My
are we
hospital
doing
would
it?
burn.
Why is he here?
Yeah.
Right,
Set things on fire.
So yeah, well, what you players are doing in the game is you first decide, do you want to work together and play it as a cooperative game with the other doctors in the hospital, or you can decide, yeah, screw you, every man for himself, every woman for herself, and yeah, like that. It's still going to be semi-cooperative because at some point you might encounter a patient that you cannot treat alone, so you have to work together with others. And yeah, you just try to get through the night shift as smoothly as possible. There's little hero tokens that you can collect in the game. You want as many of them as possible in both the competitive and the cooperative version. And yeah, loads of stupid humor that is going on. I mean...
But that's what I really liked with the game, the humor.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah, to those of you who don't know, all of us, we share some sense of dumb humor, and that's I put a lot of that into the game, and I'm really happy whenever somebody likes it.
Yeah.
So the influence to the game is obviously your job.
Yeah.
But what about the artwork? This is like some anime kind of artwork. Where does that come from?
Well, when I started designing the board game, I was not that much into illustrating and into drawing. So the first stuff that I actually could grasp was that chibi style. So I tried my best, and you know, if you make everything just a bit bigger, like big heads and big eyes, then you can't do much wrong. And if the proportions aren't perfect, it doesn't matter.
No.
So that's why my failure of skills is the reason why we've got that chibi style on the game. But I think it fits the theme quite well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It lightens the mood, right?
Definitely. But take me back to where this started. I mean, when did you start even thinking about putting this together?
Like I told you, this company, I founded it with my younger brother, and he's always made up the rules. You know, when we played Monopoly when we were younger, he was just inventing stuff. I'm pretty sure about that. And so we always were into that kind of designing rules ourselves.
Okay.
And right before the pandemic started, we played a lot, and we had the plan that we wanted to start our own board game company and start a board game. And once the pandemic happened, it was obvious that we used the time to do that, and I just put some experiences that I had in the emergency room into that game.
But is this the first game you have sketched on?
Yeah.
You don't have any other ideas you worked on before that you have to throw out?
No, I've got many ideas that I'm working on now, but this is our very first project, the very first thing that we've done. I've designed some like Warhammer missions for some friends of mine.
Yeah.
So some tabletop stuff, some role playing, some pen and paper missions and quests. But a board game, I've never done that before.
So it's like, shall we create a board game? Yes. And this is the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the process, how long did this take, man?
Well, the first idea for a board game, like I said, it was before the pandemic. The first idea to put the emergency room on the table was right when the pandemic started. So some 3 years ago, we did the first sketches of the rules in like on a little white paper sheet and stuff. Some 2.5 years ago, and then it just developed from there. And it's been quite the journey. I mean, you guys, you had the game you had our very first prototype, and
and we had it like 1 year ago.
Yeah,
and it hasn't changed.
Some stuff has changed.
Yeah.
Not so much the rules, because we got a lot of positive feedback. I mean, you guys played it. It's very easy to learn. It's not that complicated, but there's so much going on in that game. What we changed in the last years, basically the components, we tried to make them as good as possible, and we did some fine tuning, and we invented more game modes. So you have the core game, and we're planning on having several game modes on the Kickstarter campaign, like a solo mode, because some people like to play solo, and like you said, it's not always about just collecting points when you're playing solo, because that's not fun. So we try to do the solo mode that is still challenging, that you build something up, that you can reap the fruits that you sow in the beginning, and so there was that process, but done a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. But how does the process look right now? I mean, what are the plans in the future, and what is the closest future looks like for HE.R.o?
Well, by the end of October, we will hopefully be on Kickstarter again.
Okay,
we tried it earlier this year, but we had some problems with our campaign. Stuff that we didn't think through to the full extent. We fixed that now, and we're hoping on being on Kickstarter by the end of October.
Okay, good.
Our pre-launch campaign is running right now, and then hopefully we'll get funded. And hopefully many people will enjoy our game, and we hope to ship it out as early as spring of next year. And with our company, we've got so many other ideas in one game that we're designing right now. You are going to drive around in garbage trucks and collecting waste, and loads of ideas. But for HE.R.o, we just want to have as many people enjoying it as possible. So the Kickstarter will be October, and then retail will be starting next year.
And what's the difference between this Kickstarter and the last one you had? What changes have you made?
We changed some stuff in our supply chain. We tried to slim down the shipping costs. We tried to make everything even more transparent. With our first campaign, we got the feedback that the shipping costs were not clearly communicated. So we're fixing that. We talked with our shipping partner. We talked with them again and tried to bring the prices down a bit further. And well, Dennis had a very good tip at the.
Can you believe that?
Yeah. He was right for once. He told us in the very beginning that he's a huge fan of the cardboard standees. So we had miniatures planned, but they are getting crazy expensive. So we decided to go for acrylic standees. So they are a bit.
Yeah, that's a good choice, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit better quality than the cardboard, because it doesn't get wrinkled at the edges, and we're going for that, which will have a great feeling in the hand. And we're trying to upgrade our components as much as possible through Kickstarter, maybe add plastic tokens and stuff like that. That's what we're doing now, and we're just trying to bring the price down as much as possible, so that loads of people can play the game.
That's awesome. And the beautiful little insert in the box, will that still be there?
That will still be there. I'm not giving that away.
You should not. You should not.
Because I'm a huge fan if games come with order, and you see like that, nothing can fall out. Now it falls out.
But we get the idea, and this is actually, for me, this is a big deal.
It is for me as well. When I saw this the first time, I was almost in shock, because what I haven't seen in any other game before is the individual place for the standees. Normally you just have to put all the standees in one square.
But we wanted it to do like that, because what we had in mind is that you take it out of the box and you just place it on your gaming table, and if you need a token, then you just grab it. And it's there, it's in there,
and you have just a board, and you're ready.
And in this game, it's also, there are different people
Yeah.
from different cards.
A lot of
Yeah,
So
different-
you have to you have to find the one you're looking for
Exactly.
easily.
So
you don't want to be digging down in a box.
No.
Yeah,
This-
because
this is
that's
perfect.
creating downtime.
Yeah, it
Everybody's
is.
sitting on the table waiting for Dennis to find the janitor.
Oh,
and
takes
yeah,
forever,
it's-
yeah.
yeah.
It will.
No, I love this, and as you said, Dennis, with the setup and with the teardown, this will also make you more. It will give you a bigger possibility to actually get it to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you feel like, man, I really want to play that game, but then you start thinking about the setup, and somewhere along the way,
Yeah, and the
you just-
cleanup,
and the
yeah,
cleanup,
yeah,
and then
it's
you
just-
just know, you know what, never mind. But this is really good,
Yeah, because you can take it out of the box, you can put it back. It's just super quick,
so easy,
and that's what we were trying to get.
so
Yeah.
easy. Yeah. It's a cool game.
You know what? You were the one approaching me first.
Yeah.
Asking me,
Yeah.
would you be fine if we sent a prototype of HE.R.o, please?
Yeah.
And you know what made me want to have it?
Tell me.
The game board.
The game board.
Yeah,
Right.
it was the. You know, I saw your
post
movie
about
you had made.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, yeah, it sounds fun. But for me, it was the game board because it doesn't look like anything I've seen in a board game before with the colors
Right,
and
right.
that really. It looks like an old video game in some
Yeah,
way.
yeah. You all know
Actually
Theme
does.
Hospital, for example. That
Yeah.
was something that we had in mind. And once again, like Richard said, the thing about board games is they are only really good if you bring them to the table.
Yeah.
If they only are, if you keep them in your shelf, they are not that good. And what we tried here is the same thing again. We tried to mark everything as clearly as possible.
Yeah.
Everything that you have on that game board has
Yeah.
its place. It's clearly marked, and you can just put everything here. You don't have to have like a 2-meter table that you need,
No.
something like
No,
that.
like
You know,
this
that's
huge
that's
one, yeah.
perfect for anything. But you need a small table. An IKEA luck will just do fine. So, yeah, I know some Swedish. So you can just put it on the table, and later on.
Yeah, and I like when everything has its space
Yeah.
on.
But that's
On
again,
the
it
board.
makes it so easy when you set it up, but also when you play it.
Yeah.
Because you know where everything goes, and it just makes sense. And it's not like some rule books that say, well, just set it next to the table, okay? But then it will be different spots
Yeah.
every time, and
Yeah, but this is just you know where to put it,
Yeah.
and like I said before, there's the rules are not that hard. They're quite easy to grasp, but there's a lot going on. So if you know where to look, it's super easy because there might be another staff member just showing up helping you, or maybe even be bad for you, and you can easily check where they are because they are clearly marked on the board, and that was the thing that I was going for. I mean, design-wise with the colors, that's all cool, but it has to be on the board. Everybody has to know where to look. You don't want to search anything. So.
no.
Yeah.
I think you have a good game here, and I really hope that you will found in the end of October. You said,
Yeah,
I hope so.
we will,
yeah, just right after
keep
Essen.
them right after Essen. Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any what you said?
No.
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 Is there any last things that you would like the viewers to know about the game, or anything that you want to tell them?
Well, in that game, you are getting. It might not be as interesting as I thought, but you might get a glimpse of what it feels like to be a young doctor in the emergency room, and you'll experience the same thing that I experienced back then.
Chaos.
As you can see, I'm a playable character in the game. Yeah, so will Richard be, and
we all
Dennis.
have. Yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I can't- It's so crazy. It's so cool.
If you play that game for the first time, you'll feel like I felt in my first night shift. At some point, you'll just be looking around. Where did my patient go? Where is Nurse
What
Jenna?
happened?
Why is everybody asleep? There's another heart attack, and you don't know what to do.
Why is the hospital burning?
Yeah. Why is the fire?
Might be because Dennis is
Yeah,
there, but
yeah,
you don't know.
You never know.
And if you play it for the second time, you'll feel like I felt in my second night shift. You know, all right, the nurse just left with the patient. Yeah, okay, I need to get her back. And you start figuring things out. And once you get to the third play, you'll learn that everything will just go much faster because you just start to see things before they happen, like magic.
Like magic.
Yeah.
But I think it's a nice balance between, go reading the journals to
Yeah,
raise your skills.
Yeah.
or to sleep or to treat patients.
Yeah.
Because you can't do everything.
No.
Yeah, but we force the player to pick a trade-off.
Yeah.
The player has to sleep at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to read some journals, and you want to treat as many patients as possible.
Yeah.
So you have that trade-off that you have to go through everything and figure out a way to play.
Yeah, but I think this game is cool. I think this is a perfectly balanced, chaotic situation, to say it like that.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool game. There's a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about Hero the game, there will be links down in the description, so check that one out. You are on Instagram and everything as well, so there will be links to that too.
So is Dennis, I heard. I think he's got.
Is Dennis are you on Instagram?
I think he's got an Instagram.
Oh, he's on Instagram.
Might be.
We're all on Instagram. We're all there.
Yeah.
But if you want to know more about Heroes, there will be links down in it. There will be links to Dennis as well. Let's throw Dennis in there as well.
You finally get some exposure.
Awesome. Finally. That was a little bit about Hero. If you have questions about Heroes, why not write it in the comments, and I will get Rob to answer them as well for me. That's perfect. That's perfect. I love it.
It's free real estate,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's perfect. Until next time, people, please keep on spreading that board gaming love I know you all have. Peace.